You're listening to Systemic Era Podcast. The failure was designed.
Roiled GOP can't agree on path forward after massive Supreme Court defeat. Report based on an article by Daniel Hampton. The Constitution said no. The GOP started shopping for a loophole. The power map, the Supreme Court, not Donald Trump, set the boundary here. In Trump v. Barber, John Roberts wrote for the majority that the 14th Amendment guarantees citizenship to nearly all children born on U.S. soil, and even Amy Coney Barrett joined the bloc that blocked Trump's Day One order. That is the actual institutional fact pattern. The executive tried to redefine citizenship by fiat, and the court refused to let him do it. Trump's shortcut failed. Trump's move was never a serious constitutional argument. It was an attempt to turn a longstanding political grievance into an administrative decree and call it law. When the court shut that down, he immediately shifted the burden to Congress and pretended legislation was the natural next step. It was damage control dressed up as governance. The GOP split is about methods, not mercy. Republicans did not split over whether to keep attacking birthright citizenship. They split over how openly to admit the law blocks them. Mike Johnson, Mike Lee, and others said the quiet part plainly. Only a constitutional amendment would do it. Eric Schmidt and Rand Paul started looking for procedural side doors and narrow bills. Cornyn and Cotton went for the familiar substitute, targeting birth tourism, deportations, border security, and prosecutions. Different routes, same destination. The blame game is the point. The framing here keeps sliding away from the real decision makers. The children born in the United States are treated as the problem, while the people trying to erase their status are treated as if they are merely wrestling with a technicality. That is the misdirection. This is not confusion about citizenship. It is an organized effort to narrow it, then sell the narrowing as administrative necessity, border management, or public safety. The court still enables the broader project. The same final day also produced rulings that let states bar transgender girls from girls' and women's sports and struck down limits on coordinated party spending. That matters because it shows the court is not simply a neutral referee in a neutral dispute. It is drawing lines that expand state and political power in some directions while closing off others. On citizenship, it stopped Trump's direct overreach. On other fronts, it continues to authorize hard-edged ideological power. The larger pattern is simple. When direct power fails, the same coalition shifts to legal theater, legislative pretenses, and scapegoating. Trump wanted an executive shortcut. Republicans now want a constitutional rewrite, or a narrower statute, or a border spectacle that leaves their underlying goal intact. The machinery changes shape. The target stays the same. You've been listening to Systemic Error. Thanks to Raw Story for today's article. With the automated voice of LJ, thanks for listening.